What's next for Xander as Victor's heir? And could the mystery woman have another Salem connection? This weekdays gave us a romantic wedding, a cliffhanging reveal, and the mystery woman live in person. We also got more body and soul shenanigans, which, for better or worse, we're seemingly stuck with, and the glaring absence of a Salemite. Let's get to it. A Kyriakis is a Kyriakis is a Kyriakis. The build-up to and reveal that Xander is Victor's true heir was fantastic, but the aftermath has been, let's say, mellow. We got a little of Alex confiding in Stephanie about his troubles, a tiny bit of Xander grappling with Victor's treatment of him, and even Alex briefly passing the Titan nameplate. But I want more. Mainly because the reveal hasn't really changed anything. Alex is still a Kyriakis and seemingly still wealthy, just not obscenely so, and Xander just slid into the CEO position like he was auditioning for a role on Body and Soul. No big deal. Yes, he's matured, but I wouldn't mind Xander lauding, at least a little bit, his newfound power over all the Kyriakises who scoff at him. I'd also like to see him grapple more with what being Victor's son means to him. Also, does Philip have thoughts? And, DNA test, anyone? That said, it was nice to see Xander and Sarah get married. For a wedding instantly thrown together in front of their kitchen cabinets, it was surprisingly sweet. Now that they're officially official, Paul Telfer and Lindsay Godfrey want to see Sarah and Xander get into capers involving other people. I'm totally on board as long as the drama and or fun hijinks centers on him, especially now that he's head of the Kyriakis family. In an ideal soap world, that should cause all sorts of chaos. Where's EJ? At least we're getting some aftermath of the Xander reveal because, except for hearing about him off-screen, there's been nothing involving EJ. Where's the fire and brimstone he should be raining down on Salem while lashing out about his perceived wrongs? Or even the other way around. Does no one want to see him pay? He was snarky and vengeful to Eric and Nicole for a hot second. Marlena threatened him. The Insta family left town and nothing. That's not the EJ we all know and love, or love to hate. Dan Furigal deserves a break after the intense Jude drama, but hopefully, we won't have to wait until next year, when Alison Sweeney brings Sammy back, for EJ to get another storyline. Speaking of, Days viewers should never worry too much when characters leave, because they'll more than likely be back, at least for a visit. Which is why Emily O'Brien exiting isn't too concerning. It's disappointing Teresa left off screen. Much like other recent exits, it was pretty anticlimactic, but it's not a huge stretch to assume she or Gwen will be back at some point. Though, I was totally expecting another character swap at the airport. Similarly, it's been great having Andrew and Paul in town, which happens more regularly than I ever anticipated. Their pop-ins are always welcomed, but they feel like a grounding couple who could add so much to the regular goings-on in Salem. If the current stint is over, hopefully, we won't have to wait too much longer until they return. Maybe it's because he's been humbled, but I find myself way more interested in an Alex-Stephanie pairing this time around. Schemer Sophia needs more story and awkward Aaron needs to return from lacrosse camp stat. Those are the teens I want to see. No offense, Holly and Tate. Lee turning out to be a cardboard cutout was a great reveal, but I'll miss snarky, glib imaginary Lee if that's it for him. They aren't even trying to be sort of realistic with Body and Soul, which is funny since the one thing actual and very vocal soap fans know is what they want in their favorite soap, and it's not imitation actors taking over beloved roles, or inexperienced writers, directors, and producers. Annalyn McCord's mystery woman is intriguing so far, but who is she? Facebooker Susie mused that she could be Constantine's daughter. That could explain the connection to John, and hey, it makes more sense than anything happening over at Body and Soul. Was Connie's big plan really to wait for Gabby and Ava to have one civil coffee break before dropping the bomb? Or was telling Gabby that Stefan cheated on her a Friday cliffhanger misdirect, and she'll walk her declaration back on Monday? Messy Brady is doing no one any favors except the audience because, in Eric Martsolf's hands, he's been super entertaining. He even had a moment of self-awareness by telling Tate he would try to do better as a father, but then let him go to the airport alone. Baby steps, I guess.